Are you ready for the most successful year of your life? Welcome to Astrology by 33. It's an honor to have you here today. Let's dive into your 2026 Gemini horoscope and break it down super simple. We'll go over your money, career, plus what you need to focus on to make this the best year ever. What opportunities will Gemini have in 2026? This isn't just your sun sign. This is your rising sign or your ascendant. Your rising sign sets the stage for how the stars align with your houses. This video is your 2026 roadmap to unlock your maximum potential. Okay, so let's start with the good stuff. Jupiter's the planet that gives the most blessings and everything good in life. It's your overall prosperity and success. So we all know that 2026 is going to be an amazing year for everyone because Jupiter gets exalted. When Jupiter's exalted, he's at his very best. He's considered his strongest. And this only happens once every 12 years. So let's get the blessings while we can. So let's take a look and see what that means for your chart. So Jupiter gets exalted on June 1st and will stay exalted all the way through the end of October. And this happens in your second house. And this is really good if you like money. And to be fair, it's equally a great time for your family. So not only is this good for you, it's great. And that's because Jupiter's with Venus and Mercury in your second house all at the same time. So it's like three good guys all together and they all facilitate money. So it's not just money, it's physical stuff like gold and silver and anything physical that's valuable. That's your second house. So you could get lots and lots of that. The beginning of July in particular is really potent for this energy, so that's something to look forward to. This is a great expansive energy from Jupiter, so Gemini people are gonna love this. Okay, let's take a look at your Venus next. She's the planet of love and money. So something really good happens here for you starting on March 1st, 2026. She enters your 10th house of career and she's there with Saturn, who is her best friend. That's like putting two best friends in the workplace together. You know you're just gonna have more fun. One of these friends, Saturn, he's the guy that's really disciplined and structured. He's cool, reserved, and steady. Now Venus, she's quite a bit different. She's the feel-good lady and likes to nurture relationships, and she loves money and business. She likes good deals and just getting along with everyone. And that's really good for your career because when you get along, you succeed. You accomplish your goals together. So your career is going to take a positive turn during this time. And also remember structure and discipline because Saturn is there. Sometimes it just feels better when you put structure to your business meetings, when you take time to exercise discipline with your financial practices at work. The reason these two get along so well is because Saturn is like the structure that Venus can sit on and shine from. It's like putting notes on a staff in music. So definitely expect some good stuff with your career during this time. In April, Venus moves into your 11th house of gains, and she does not have any bad aspect on her from any of the malefic planets, so this is really good. Venus is money, so that means this is a time for you to make extra money. It's possible to gain extra income and to have gains in whatever it is you set out to do. It's a great time for friendships also, and if you're taking part in any organization, this is the time it should go very well and relationships should be much better. And sometimes that's really important for an organization. When you need to move forward with something, it really helps that you all get along and you're on the same page. So that's something to look forward to. Then in May, Venus goes into your 12th house. And this is also really good for you because she's going into her own sign of Taurus. The 12th house is about foreign lands or going out of state, so it might be a wonderful time to plan some kind of far-off adventure where you fly to Paris or go see the pyramids of Egypt. Why not? This is also an energy of spiritual liberation. If you don't want to go anywhere, you can stay home and do your spiritual practice or meditation, your sadhana, and you just may fall in love all over again with the reason you meditate in the first place. You may fall in love with God again. It's a really beautiful energy. Whatever it is that it means to you, focus on that. So in August, Venus moves into your 4th house, and she's really happy here because she's in her best friend's sign. It would be nice to take some time to spend with your mother, or if you feel like your house needs a makeover, or there's a certain room or a section that just bothers you, or you think it's ugly and has no style, Venus here in your 4th house can help you make your house beautiful again. This is about interior design. Once in a while, the house needs a makeover, or just a certain room. You know which room in your house doesn't look the best. Maybe it's time to make it beautiful. Venus is beauty. Then in October, Venus goes into your 5th house, and she's there with her best friend Mercury. These two planets together make for very loving communication, and it's in your house of children. So if you have kids and you haven't told them that you love them in a long time, this is a nice reminder to do that if you actually really mean it. And also to go and have some fun with them, spend some time with them. Venus actually ends up staying in your 5th house for a few months because it retrogrades, so your kids will take an extra focus during this time. And the same energy here is your intuition. Your intuition should heighten and be very clear and sharp. So trust your gut. If something feels right in your heart, trust it. So that's the good stuff. Now, for those of you who are still here and brave and ready for some challenges from the stars, let's move on to the neutral planet, Mercury, and see what it has in store for you for 2026. Mercury takes on the energy of whoever it's around, so it can be bad or good, or somewhere in between. Mercury goes retrograde 3 times in 2026, so it's always good to check and make sure we're extra clear in our communication. It's better to over-communicate instead of not enough. We need to remember that most people don't read minds and they appreciate details. Even if it's obvious to us, it's not always to them. Communication is the backbone of our society. What we say makes a big difference, and how we say it. Most people can pick up on a snotty tone or even apathy, so we need to watch our words. And let's move on to Mars next. What is he doing for you in 2026? Mars actually gets exalted in Capricorn, and here he's at his very best, his strongest. This is considered the righteous position of Mars, so he's the good guy here, and he only comes into this position about once every 2 years. So let's take advantage of the strength and the blessings that he gives with his unique energy. So from January 15 through February 22nd, Mars gets exalted in your 8th house. And this is the house of transformation. So if there's something you're tired of in your life, it might be time just to close the door on it and be open for a positive change. Maybe you're ready to start something new. Maybe something in the past just isn't working for you anymore, and you know what that is. Just be open to some new opportunities. There are 4 planets here. You have Venus and Mars and Sun and Mercury. So there's a lot of action here, and you're going to notice. This is also the house of other people's money, so you may get a big fat check from somewhere. That's one possibility. Or just one big change. And sometimes change is good when you're just sick of something going on. And this could be the universe just coming in and saying, hey, we're done. That's it. Time to move forward with something new and something better. And let's not look at the past anymore, unless it's helpful. Sometimes we spend so much of our time living in the past that we don't see straight, and that we can't even look forward to a brighter future. And this house does that. It helps us realize we're on the way up. And if you've hit rock bottom with something, this is the time to start over, and it's only going to get better. It's the house of renewal. So just be aware during this time. So if there's some big change, you won't be surprised. and it can be a good change. So always look for the silver lining in anything that happens, because as we talked about earlier, there's a lot to look forward to later on this year. Also, if there's something going on with your work or career, just ask yourself, are you really happy doing what you're doing? Do you feel you're really helping people? Are you making a difference? Are you serving others? Is this what you want to do? So this 8th house position could also be a great time if you want to change your career. It would definitely support that. So spend some time thinking about what really makes you tick. What really makes you wake up in the morning? What do you love to do? What do you want to do that could help others? Now let's move on to your Saturn in 2026. Saturn is the lord of karma. All the planets actually dish out karma, but Saturn is the main planet of karma itself. Now, just because Saturn is the lord of karma doesn't mean you're gonna have karma there. You only get the effects if there's something you've done in the past that you need to pay for today. So always be nice to people. Saturn can bring restrictions and obstacles. He can slow you down if he wants to. He can bring you challenges. But let's remember the positive side of Saturn as well. Now, Saturn stays in Pisces all year long, and it's going to be in your 10th house of career. So this further reinforces what we just talked about with your exalted Mars. Something really big can change in your work, and things can get a lot better. Maybe whatever's been bothering you, if there's a negative energy, that can actually go away. Or if you feel it's time to just finish up with what you're doing and start all over somewhere else, there's definitely a karma with your work all year long. And remember that Saturn is also the planet of rewards. It's about hard work. And it just may mean that you need to tighten up a little bit at work and focus and have more discipline and structure in what you do. And if you get a little bit more serious with your work over the next year, Saturn actually rewards you. So this can be a very good thing if you're willing to put in the time, the self-control, and the discipline you need in your work. And you know what that means for you. Do you feel maybe this last year you've been a little bit lazy at work? Saturn here can tighten things up in a good way. But if you're going to be lazy at work, Saturn is not going to let that happen. So just knowing that ahead of time really helps you refocus your attention and energy on what's important. So step it up a little bit in the workplace, whatever it is you do. The soul of a lazy person desires and has nothing, but the soul of the diligent shall be made rich. I just wanted to let you know that this video is based on the sidereal zodiac. I mostly use Vedic astrology principles for all of my astrology work. So if you follow Western astrology and you're a Gemini, that means you're probably a Taurus in Vedic astrology. So you may want to check out the Taurus rising video to see if you resonate more with that one compared to this one. Thanks for subscribing and liking this video.